Well, hello everybody. I decided to make just a short video of how you can uh, manage your uploads, right? So let's say you've selected 10 images and you now want to go through these images and maybe delete one or two of them from that list of images that you've uploaded. So let's say for this example, I don't want to have this red one added to my list, so I want to delete that one, right? So our images need to know which one is being deleted so that when we also send this, it is no longer available, right? And it also needs to know when we are finally deleting, the last value, where will we be going, right? So like this, let's delete all of our values. There we go. We can now see that we need to select a new image, right? Or new images for this matter. So we can now go ahead and select other images. And there we go. We've now uploaded it and we can now work with things, right? So to build this out, I'm using my custom code for the image picker, right? So here I've got my ghost coding gallery and I've set it for multiple uploads, right? From here I have my action, my multi-callback action, where I'm then moving to my view multiple images and then passing in my selected assets, right, as uploaded files. So the Flutterflow uploaded local files. So if you are doing something different, what I'll actually do is I'll duplicate this button. Just this one will be standard upload, like that. So standard upload, and I can remove this action, right? Because I'm not going to go to my own gallery. I'm just going to say upload save media. And it is going to be, I'm just going to go with gallery. I'm going to say allow photo. It's definitely going to be multiple. Where's that? So allow multiple images. And then from there, we can then navigate to our view multiple images and pass that uploaded local files, right? So I can go to widget state and I can say list, so it would be this one, yeah, and confirm. We'll allow back navigation, that's fine. And then we can continue building out our page. Now, on this page, I have, an app state, and inside of it, I have a value, which is item to be shown. It's going to be integer. And essentially all this does is, and it makes sure to set a default value of 0, right? All this does is each time that I click on an image, right, I'm updating this value so that I know which image in my list of images it is that I would like to see or to view, right? And we're essentially going to use the same thing in order to stipulate once we delete that to which image we want to go. So let's say that I delete the last image in the list, then I don't want to be seeing the next image. So right now, if let's say for instance I delete this image, so I click on it, it would show me now the last image, right? But what happens if I click the last image? Then I want to see the previous image, right? So we will be handling that logic. Okay, then we also need an app state or a page state, not an app state, but a page state, which is the uploaded files, which is going to be uploaded file bytes, and it is going to be a list, right? And I've also set a parameter here on top, which is required. It is a list and it's of type uploaded file bytes, uploaded files. Now that is the same value that we are passing in from our home page over here, where we now set standard upload and we pass those files. And now we can start building out our page. So it looks something like this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in a stack, right? And I'm going to say give a container there with a column. And this column is going to have some text. And it's going to say no images to view. And let's add another button in there. You can actually add another page state. let's cancel that. And we can say cleared all images. And that can be a Boolean value. Right, default value will be false. There we go. So this guy, I'm going to set this to be shown. So single condition, page state. Well, I don't really need to do a single condition. I can just go to page state since it is a Boolean, and I can say cleared all images, right? And now for the fun part, this part. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a stack, right, like that. And I am actually just going to put that below that one. So now I have this stack. I can go container. I don't want to see this for now. So what I can do is select new images, like a button, and we can navigate back like that. Go to this column, item spacing 20. Perfect. Just like that, that's fine. And then I can come back to my container and I can say I don't want to see it in my UI. I'm going to expand this all the way, so I'm going to make it infinite. And this container is going to have an uploaded file as a background image, and it's going to be set to the page state, FFUploaded local files, item at index, and it's going to be specific index, and then again that page state, that item to be shown, right? And I can confirm. I then want to add in a row. There's row I'm going to just put at the bottom, and let's say that I'm just going to give it some padding, so it's just somewhat off the bottom. I will give an item spacing of 10 start spacing, end spacing we can make that 20, and now we can put in another stack, right? Now this row we're going to generate children, right? So get all images, going to generate dynamic children, and we're going to do that from the page state and the FFUploaded files, and we're going to map list the items. We can save it. Yes, confirm. Let's wrap this stack in a container, and then we can give a width and a height of 100. Right, you can make it smaller. We can even make it, let's make it 70. Right, 70 is fine. And then inside of it, I'm going to add another container. Let's just do a 70. We can maybe do a nice little border of 8 radius. And then we're going to set our background image to be our uploaded file and this get all images item, right? And we're going to confirm it. We can then also add in a little icon button as such. And let's say its sizing is going to be about 30. So let's make our icon smaller. Let's make that like 12. We can add a delete button. So just do that guy over there. We can make the icon nice and red like that. And then give some full color, which would be as such. And maybe border color also of red. Right, like that. Okay. Let's also just put it there on the right hand side, and we can do a 5 and a 5. So it would look something like that. And I'm happy with that. We now just need to set some actions on this. Now, the first action is going to be on our container itself. And all that is going to be is it's going to have an action, which is update page state. Right, and we want to update our item to be shown, and we want to set the value to that get all images item index in list, right? Just like that. Now that would essentially update our image that will be displayed in this container. So we can just grab our icon button now, go inside of our actions, and now comes the fun part. Now, we do need to check a few things, right? And the first thing that we need to check is if the number of items, right, is the same as, you know, our index value. We do need to add 1 because do remember that index values start at 0. With number of items, it will start counting as 1. So what I did is I will just write it from scratch, right? So I am going to delete this guy and let's delete that, and let's delete that. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to do a single condition, and it's going to be page state, uploaded files, number of items, right, is equals to, and then let's create a custom function. I'm going to create a new function. We can call this add one. We're going to return an integer, and we're going to give it index value. All right, we can do integer, and it will be non-nullable. Now what we can return is that index value, right, plus 1. Just like that, and we can save the function. What we'll pass in is this index value. So index in list, confirm, confirm, right? So if the number of items is equals to add 1, so index in list, so let's say index in list is 7, but we know our list starts at 0 technically, then we need to add 1 because there is 8 items inside of our list. So now if we know that, then we can start doing our second check. Now our second check needs to be whether the index in list, right, is the last image. Yeah. So yeah, fine. Let's first work on this action. We're going to add this action, and we're going to say update page state, right? So if it's not the last one, then all we need to do is we can just do FFUploadedFiles. We're going to say remove from a list at index, and we're going to remove that item. So index in list, right? And we can confirm. Now for the other part, right? If our item is, the very last item, then we need to update page state. So let's do this one. So we're going to say update page state as such. We're going to say add value. Let's do, FFUploadedFiles. So we're going to set value. We're going to do an item to be shown. We set value. And we don't have to do cleared all images as of yet. So this one would be if single condition, page state, if uploaded file, number of items is equals to 1, confirm, right? So if it is our last image, then all we need to do is add an action, update page state. We can set this value back to 0 for in case we come back to this page. We want to set this or reset the value. And then finally, we want to set this cleared all images, set value to true. Now, for this one, the first one that we want to update there is item to be shown, right? Let me unlock my phone real quick. There we go. The item to be shown needs to be set to a custom function, right? And we're going to create a new function, and this is going to be deduct1. Okay, we're going to return an integer. We're going to say index value. We can do integer, and it's not nullable. And then what I'm going to say is we're going to say return index value, right, minus 1. So let's deduct 1 from our index value. So that if our index value, so it is not, it's not the last item. Well, if it is the last item, then we need to deduct 1 in order to, so that if we delete this, then we can see this image, right? We're going to say function. We're going to say, why did it now not save? Let's quickly go, custom functions. Deduct one, there we go. We can say get all images, index in list. We can confirm, and we need to deduct one. So confirm it, and then FFUploadedFiles, we are gonna remove from list at index in list. There we go, and we can confirm. Right, that's all we need to do. We can close up. It's gonna say that we just need to check our custom functions. Right, and then we can reset. Now it should just reset on this page itself like that. There we can go, and we can update our stuff, so we can see that it is functioning correctly. I do, however, just want to come to this row and make this nice and scrollable. Let's check it out. There we go. All right, now let's say I want to delete this image. There we go. We can see we move to the next one, and now if we delete this one, I can go back to that one. Right, let's delete. Perfect, and delete. Now it's going to give a null error. It seems we're going to check now why that is happening. It shouldn't, essentially. Oh, it would, because we just reset this value and it's going to pick up that that's not null. Right, so what we can do is we can just set that to be condition page state if you've uploaded files is set to not empty, right? And then we shouldn't have that null error now. There we go. You see, so now we no longer have that null error, and we can go to select new images. So now if I select something different, right, and I click on it, there we go. It would navigate to our page state. Now the thing is, our page state now remembered that oh wait, we haven't set our action on our view multi-images yet here on top. So on page load, what we need to do is we need to set our values. So I'm going to say update page state, right, on page load, and we're going to set our values. There we go. There we go. And item to be shown, we'll set that value to 0. We'll set our FFUploadedFiles to be our page parameter uploaded files, and our clear all images will be set to false, right? So now if I hard reload my application, I can navigate back, right? I can click there again, and this time there we go. Now our thing has loaded the way that it's meant to, and we can start deleting, right? So if I'm on this image and I delete, there we go, right? Click on this one, I can delete it. There we go. There we go. Let's see, right? There we go. All right, so everything is functioning as it should. There's a range error. So let's see, not inclusive range 0, 1, 2. Let's see. What is it that I passed in on this button? So index in list, yeah, confirm. Yeah, second value is equals to 1. C, deduct 1, index in list, confirm, set value, item to be shown 0. Well, that's very odd that it just did that. Let's see, sure, let's go back. It might have just have been a Flutterflow bug right now. Let's close there, let's restart. right? There we go. There we go. Yeah, that was a random hoax. I think Flutterflow just had a slight bug there for a second, but that is essentially how you would now achieve that. So now we know that we can remove, I'll go on back so we can do a standard upload with the button, right? If you have not yet purchased the this gallery picker of mine, you can find the link in the description below. Other than that, you can make use of the standard uploaded file from Flutterflow. You'll just click on there. You can go to albums. For me, I'll browse. I'll go to gallery. I'll go to albums. I'll go to pictures. There we go. I can now select multiple from here. Right. Let's do that one, this one, and that one, and even that one. Right. And I can click on done. And there we go. Now we have this done. I can now click on it, delete it, and continue on as I would, right? There we go. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My Discord link is in the description below, as well as my Patreon page. You can reach out to me on either one.